Hello, my lost souls. Welcome to episode 2 of Scars and Skeletons. I am so glad you're here. Today we are going to be uncovering, well, we're going to be talking about Fandoms Part 2. Episode 1 we did cover Juggalos, Juggalettes, and Single and Posse. That was my first experience with fandoms, but we're not talking about that today, okay? We're going to be talking about the fandom that I have found, and honestly, this one has really just taken a hold on me like you would not believe. I mean, wow, it's pretty crazy. So it all actually started on YouTube. I am a YouTube girly, I'll admit it, okay? I watched, I know everybody's all about TikTok. I get that, okay? But I'm really not on TikTok that much. I mean, just not really a TikTok girly, but it all started on YouTube, I have insomnia. I don't sleep very good. So, up late at night scrolling, and I came across this video, and I'm actually going to insert it here.
찬이는 잘 몰라요. 찬이는 어려워요. 찬이는 한참 멀었어요. 찬이는 더 열심히 해야 돼요. 찬이는 지 자신도 잘 모르는 바보. 멤버들밖에 모르는 바보.
For those only listening, that is the leader of Stray Kids. He is talking about how he is complicated, how he is lost, how he doesn't take care of himself, only takes care of his members, how he needs to work harder, how he has a long way to go. That deeply resonated with me as someone who, I talked about in the first episode. I was feeling down, depressed, searching for that feeling of family and music again. Like I said, when you have a kid, everything changes. So, as I said, it just deeply resonated with me. Then I found some more clips, and I'm going to also be inserting those as well. I just really want you to take a listen, and I will explain why it resonated with me after you listen to it, okay? Alright, just listen up and listen to what he has to say. These are in English. He was born in Australia, so he does speak multiple languages, so yep, just listen to what he has to say, okay? Alright.
Don't hurt yourself. Yeah, whatever it is. I know I have a lot of friends who've been there, done that, but just because you have a lot of stress doesn't mean that you have to, relieve it by hurting yourself or going ways that might really disadvantage you. That I really don't recommend, because you never know what's going to happen in the future. Something might go wrong, there might be a turning point, and from that on you're going to feel really, really regretful. So
that is a clip from what used to be called Channy's Room. So basically a live stream that he used to do, and he talked about not wanting his stays, aka that's what he called his fandom, not wanting them to hurt themselves, and that also deeply resonated with me. Before I had my son, I was in a very dark point in my life. His father was not a great person. And like I said, I will touch more on it in a later podcast, because I don't want to turn this podcast into that. I really want this to be about just the impact that Stay and Stray Kids has had on my life, but I really want to explain why the things that Chan is saying right now is resonating with me so much. But I did struggle with that in my life at one point, and I struggled with quite a few things in my life. I mean, from my past experiences, I have developed PTSD and bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, insomnia, and the list goes on. So the overwhelming sense of feeling alone is something that I feel almost on a daily basis, which is disheartening. Plea resonated with the things that he was saying, because I have been there, done that, and sometimes I still feel that to this day. You know, even though I'm an adult now, it's still very, very difficult, you know, navigating life. Because like I said, when you have a kid, everything changes, and especially being a single parent, it's really hard. And there's been several times where, like, you see Stray Kids, and, like, you know, they are music artists, and their music is absolutely fantastic, and I deeply resonate with their music. But, like, you also see them, like, with children, and Chan has expressed, like, deeply that he would like to get married someday, and, like, you see them, like, do, like, these vlogs with children and stuff. And seeing a man that actually wants children, that can't actively have children because of his career, you know, but seeing, like, how good they are. All of them are with kids, not just Chan. I don't want to turn this into, like, just a Chan podcast. Oh my god. But just seeing them all with kids and stuff, it's just seeing, you know, I have the experience of having a child with someone who decided that they did not want to be in that child's life. So seeing a man who is wanting children but cannot actively have children because of his career, it's kind of heartbreaking in a way, you know? And, like, I think that's why I fell so deeply into all of this, because, like, it's not just about the music, it's not just about the fandom, but it's, like, also, like, in a way, you know, me and Chan are only 2 years apart. A lot of the other kids, like me, we got quite a bit of an age difference, but yeah, like I said, I don't want to turn this into a Chan podcast. Oh my god. Jesus, honey, what is wrong with you? I think I just got emotional. Moving on, so I want to talk about some of their songs now. I look at myself together. We're not just gonna talk about Chan, people. We cannot just talk about Chan, alright? Just like I resonate with Chan. We cannot just talk about Chan. It's not just about Chan. Alright. Rounding it back now. We are going to be talking about some of their songs that really, really resonated with me. And I know that a lot of their other songs are more popular, but I'm going to be talking about some of their songs I think they're a little less popular, and I'm probably just going to be reading some of the lyrics because a lot of them are in Korean, and right now I am speaking English, and I'm not great with Korean, but I am actively trying to learn so that I can better understand, because, like I said, y'all got me hook, line, and sinker. Y'all got me as a stay now. You're stuck with me. So, I want to talk about Chonbing's song, Streetlight. I will probably pop up the lyrics, some of the lyrics on the screen. This song, I believe, is mostly in Korean. I do have the translated lyrics, but it is absolutely beautiful in Korean. This song is, oh my god. It brought tears to my eyes because, like I said, it deeply resonated with me. So I am going to be reading you some of the lyrics. Buckle up. Like a street light at the end of a lonely day, standing vacantly in the middle of a lonely night, I try my best to smile brightly. I don't want anybody to see how incredibly weak I am. To people who relied on me, that's a contradiction. Acting strong, acting like I am not hurting, acting like nothing is wrong. I just wanted to be someone who gives strength to others. I can't be the reason they lose strength. I don't have the courage to ask, can I lean on you? The pain silently grows in my heart, trapped in a room without any way out. You've held it in for so long, you grow numb to it. I guess I can still bear it because I'm still able to hold it in. The bandage on the wound will eventually come up, even though I quickly stick it back on. It doesn't stay on for much long. Rainwater pounding on the old roof finds the empty cracks all too well, keeps leaking again and again. I need someone before I collapse. Please ask again if I'm okay. Somebody, anybody. As someone who deeply battles with depression and hiding it and always having to act like they're okay, that really hit home with me. Sorry, I kind of struggled through the lyrics there. Like I said, they have songs that are about happiness as well, but I want to focus on the ones that really pulled me in to their fandom. That's, this is Scars and Skeletons, like I said. This is about the raw and, traumatic life experiences. Like, that's what this podcast is about, So there's more songs that really pulled me in because I resonate with them so much. And I'm going to also be speaking about the song Insomnia by Stray Kids. I'm also going to be popping up those lyrics and I'm going to read off some of those. So here's those. I stay awake again tonight, maybe tomorrow night too. So tell me, I'll find a way. Tomorrow night too. There is no way I can't sleep. No way. I'll go away. I'm only sleepy at school. What can I do? Go away. I'll be quiet. I'll just sleep. Shh. But I just want you to know I can't take it anymore. I can't sleep when I have to. So tell me now. It's complicated. Don't worry about everything. When I wake up, everything will be gone. It's following me, even in my dream, but everything will be forgotten. Even if I try to forget them, they appear over and over. I don't want to be swayed anymore, even if I grab the sheets and shout. In the end, I wake up again. As I said before, I have insomnia, so I feel that I have to try to explain this to people when they're like, well, just sleep. And it's like, it's not that easy. I often try to explain it as like, think of a hamster running on its wheel. You know how it's continuously running. It's just constantly going, and it's going in a circle, right? So that's how I explain my brain. Okay, my brain is constantly running with thoughts. And it kind of goes like, I am thinking about what I can do to be better. I am sometimes replaying the past in my mind, like what I could have done in the situation, that, you know, what I could have said, what I could have avoided, how I could have, you know, changed the situation. It's an ongoing, it's never stopping, it's all the time. And everybody's just like, oh well, it can't be that serious, just, you know, make it stop. And it's so hard to explain to someone who doesn't experience it, because it's not that easy. It's so hard to explain, it's so hard to go through, especially because it's not something that you can just shut off. Because I mean, I can literally just lay down, pitch black room, and try to close my eyes, and they will just shoot back open, because my brain is just constantly thinking like, well, you know what you did in this situation? Well, this is what you should have did. Well, you know what you have to do tomorrow, right? Well, you know, if you would have said this, then the situation would have been better. Well, you know that you need to do this, and you need to do this, and you need to do this. Oh, well, you know, if you would have did this, this, and this, then this situation would have been this. And it's very, very overwhelming. It's like having a constant battle in your own mind, and it is exhausting. And yeah, moving on to the next song that I deeply resonate with, because I feel like I'm just on a broken record right now. So next song, folks. And the next song I want to talk about is Secret Secret by Stray Kids. This is about hiding. Hiding that you're depressed, and like hiding your feelings. And as I stated, I do that all the time. So I'm gonna pop up those lyrics and then explain why that resonates with me. So buckle up, friends. Pretending to be okay makes it even lonelier. Looking at a different place, all alone, I endlessly repeat to draw and ease my worries. Even if I repeat it, nothing will ever change. Someday, you'll get used to it. I will live without even this feeling. It'll be okay. If you walk around busy, like the ground hardens after it rains and flowers bloom again, I try to smile more. Never, ever, ever. The days are getting lonelier. Never, ever, ever. I'm getting more tired. Never, ever, ever. I feel left alone in the world. Will it ever get better by deceiving my own heart? I think you can kind of guess why that resonates with me. I mean, I've done quite a bit more talking in this episode than I did in the last one. I know that you hear me kind of like giggling in this episode and stuff. I want to elaborate on that. So, I am one of those people that I hide my emotions quite a bit. I have quite a big family, so, and I am the one who is always the one that everybody goes to if they're upset or they're having a bad day, they're having a hard time. I'm just the one that everybody goes to. Like I stated before, I'm a single mom. I only have one child, but I'm still a single mom. But I also have nieces and nephews that I helped raise since I was a teenager. So I'm kind of the one that everybody kind of leans on for everything, whether that be emotionally or financially. I deal with a lot, so I tend to stuff my emotions down a lot because I feel like I have to be the one who has to be strong and in check all the time. So, I feel like I don't have time to be upset and stuff like that. So if I do get upset, I'm just like, take a deep breath, can't cry right now. Just giggle the pain away. I sometimes I will go like 6 months without crying. That is so unhealthy. People always look at me like I'm crazy when I tell them like, oh, I really don't cry that much. They're like, oh, how can you not cry? And it's just, I don't allow myself to process my own emotions because I just feel like sometimes I just don't have time, I guess. But in doing that, you can start to feel so extremely alone. When you take on so much, you really do, as I stated before, like, I said, when you have a child, you kind of lose your friends. In my case, when I had a child, I essentially lost everybody besides my immediate family. I lost his father and everyone else. I lost my whole entire friend group. Everybody went away. Everybody. So I kind of essentially went from having people around me to having only my immediate family, which would be like mom, father, siblings, and my own child, and the nieces and nephews. So, and those are the people that depend on me and lean on me. So it was like having a support system but not having a support system at the same time. And honestly, my escape from just life in general is just music. It's always been music. And I feel like Stray Kids and Stay as a community kind of is starting to, within this last year, like show me that like, maybe I'm not so alone. At the same time though, like these are still human beings, and like that's what I kind of like, I see that, like I'm talking about the artists, obviously, all of them, all 8 of them, and like, you see, like you're scrolling through like some of the videos and stuff like that, and like some of y'all are thirsty. Y'all need to go to the kitchen sink and get some water. Sorry to say that. And there's some people that are just so extremely rude. And it's kind of scary a little bit, but like I still view these people as human beings. Like I think that's why I was getting so emotional kind of towards the beginning of the episode, when I was talking about what I was talking about, because like I said, I have the experience of going through the things that I've been through, and like it's hard, I guess. And like I've never been an idol, don't get me wrong or anything like that. I did work in the entertainment industry though for a little while. More on that in a later podcast. These are human beings, and they deserve all the love and all the respect and all the happiness in the whole entire world. For real, they really do. Like, yeah. Seriously, they really do. I giggle a lot. I'm so sorry. And that's not to say that, that I'm not trying to say that anybody is not attractive. That's not what I'm saying. That is absolutely not what I'm saying. Please do not take that in the wrong way. Like, I'm not trying to say that these men are not attractive. They are. Don't get me wrong, they are. But at the same time, are you going to walk up to a stranger on the street and tell them that you want to lick the lollipop? Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Me either. I definitely wouldn't. I'm a bit too bashful for that. Yeah, I don't think I would do that. Yeah. Like I said, y'all need to get some water. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I got a bias. I most definitely have a bias. And like, I'm not hating. I know Chan is always watching. Chan, I'm not hating. I'm not hating on anyone. I'm just saying, they need some water. Alright? Everybody deserves respect. Everybody. Everyone and their mama, their daddy, their papa, and their children. Everybody deserves respect. And maybe it's because I'm a parent. Maybe that's what it is. Or maybe it's just because I'm old. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I view them as like human beings, Yes, they are attractive human beings. I'm not gonna say that they're not attractive, but I just, I guess I'm kind of just looking past, all the superficial things. I'm relating to their struggles because they're struggles that I have faced, and it makes you feel less alone when you know that somebody else has gone through what you have gone through, and especially somebody else that's around your age, per se, and rounding back to what I was saying before, this is not just about Chan, okay, but I know Chan is always watching. Chan, hi Chan. Okay, anywho, so, like I was saying before, like, seeing someone who actively wants children but cannot have them because of their career, and then having someone in my situation that has a child with a father who does not want the child and who is actively, doing nothing for the child. I mean, that's like the epitome, like real man right there. Like, I wish like 19-year-old me would have found a man like that, literally. Anyways, we're done talking about this. Anyways, anywho, so, the absolute epitome of today's episode is that I believe that I did not find Stay and Stray Kids. They found me. They found me when I needed them. Do I wish that they found? Do I wish that it happened sooner? Hell yeah. I mean, heck yeah. I sure do. Gosh darn, I do. But, I'm happy I'm here now. I mean, and my child thinks they're pretty darn cool. Child says they look like anime characters. And if the child says y'all look like anime characters, take that as a compliment, because obsessed with anime. So that is a gosh darn compliment. Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah. Yeah. He says that Hyujin looks like Gojo. Yeah. Yeah. Especially the move that he does in TMI. The little hand move. And then Felix. Yeah, he said, the child says that Felix reminds of like a Super Saiyan. I am truly happy that I am where I am right now, and the child keeps asking, oh my god, when are they gonna come back to the States? And I'm like, I don't know. When I am recording right now, they will be in New York, not this weekend, but the weekend after. But I cannot afford that right now. It would be like $1,000 for flights and tickets combined for the child and myself, and a broke single mom absolutely cannot. Sorry, but like, nay. And I definitely can't afford the Stray City either, because yeah. So he keeps asking, when are they coming back to the States? When are they coming back to the States? Obviously, at this point, none of us know that, so we are just patiently waiting. But when they do, we will definitely be figuring out a way to do that, because both of us are highly excited. Giles knows that I have Jana Bubble, and he keeps asking me to tell Chan that the child was high. And like, I'm weird. I always wait for Chan to say something before I message him on Bubble, because like, I feel like I'm gonna be annoying. But the child said something the other day, and I don't even know if I should say it on here, but I think I will anyways, because it's my podcast. I do what I want. But as I said, no daddy, you know. We were watching one of the SKZ vlogs, you know, and my kid pointed at Jan and goes, I wish he was my dad. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah. He just seems like he'd be cool. And I was like, oh, yeah. And he's like, next time he messages you on Bubble, tell him I said hi. And I'm like, will do. And I know Chan like loves kids and everything, but like, yeah. Oh, speaking of Bubble, I was so bummed the other day. He uses the reply function, and someone got sad about it. And I was sleeping when he did it. Where I am in the States, so where I am in the States, in Seoul, it's 14 hours apart in time zones. I have a world clock on my phone. So I'm always checking the world clock to see what the time difference is. So I'm not like, you know, messaging him or some shit at like fucking 2 in the morning, because I don't want to be an annoying B word. Try not to swear because I don't want my news to get taken down. Could you imagine second episode and it gets pulled? That would suck. Anyways, so to round out this episode, I am going to, I think, share one more song, and we are going to talk about it, and then we are going to close out this podcast. Are you ready? Alright, let's get it done, people. Alright, I am going to talk about 0301. So let's pop up those lyrics and get ready. I know you're holding on when you say you're okay. You're not. But when you're stuck inside the dark, just know I'm right here waiting. Let's go and see the light. Like spring comes again in this particularly cold weather, like flowers blooming in this particularly dry land. I know how it feels to be alone. I've wandered astray. Oh, I've been lost. Let out all your tears. I'll keep you close. Hold on to my hands. Don't give up. Like it says, don't give up. And I'm totally not gonna give up. I'm gonna stay. That sounds so incredibly cheesy, but yeah. I am so incredibly happy with where I am right now. I truly believe that, Stay found me when I needed them, and so did Stray Kids. So I am going to close out this episode with a few quotes from Stray Kids. So enjoy, sit back, and I will see you next time. Bye bye, my last soul.